Hey guys, unfortunately my camera's running out of battery at the moment, so I have to film this on my computer, and the cricket's on, so I'm going to be a bit distracted. Well, after the past few weeks, last couple of weeks, I've done a few different things. I'm going to do something a bit different again. I'm going to talk to you about the best day of my life. Now, if you were to say what you thought the best day of my life was, what would you say? Well, a lot of people would say when Argyle got promoted twice, when England won the Ashes in 2005, all various things like that. But what am I going to say? No. I'm going to say you're completely and utterly wrong. I'm going to say the best day of my life was January the 20th, 2009. Now, that's the day after a certain someone's birthday. Hello to the two people who will probably recognise that. If you're watching, I hope you are. Sorry, I got a cold. Yeah, I got a cold, and it's not nice. Probably swine flu, who knows. Yeah, so why was that the best of my life? It was one, Barack Obama's inauguration day, which was kind of a symbolic day, hope and stuff, when nothing's actually going to happen. Two, I got good tickets for the American football game at Wembley this year. They're really good tickets, expensive, but good. Three, I got my first marked piece of work back from uni. I got 66, which was 2-1, which kind of gave me the belief that, yeah, I can do it, which is good. But those reasons weren't why it was the best day of my life, they just added to it. The reason why it was the best day of my life, well, let's take you back to Christmas holidays. Now, any of you who know my mum, you will know that she always has to have something to fuss about and something to be worried about. And in the Christmas holidays, her thing to be worried about was where I was going to live in my second year at uni. Because people, we get chucked out from halls and we get put into houses. Well, we don't get put into houses, we have to find our own. And I only really knew the people in my flat well enough to go live with people, so excuse me for this. I only knew the people in my flat well enough to live with, and who was I going to live with that then? Well, Jack. I really liked Jack. He was a good guy, we were quite good friends. But he spent all of his time with Rachel, who was his girlfriend. And the two of us didn't really get on too well. Neither of us really made an effort to get to know the other one, so our conversations were kind of a bit non-existent, is probably the best word for that. Tony, depended what day of the week it was with him. Some days he was a nice guy, other days he was a complete dick, which kind of verged on bullying some days. Harriet, I liked Harriet, got on well with Harriet. She was probably the one I got on best with in the flat in the first term. Dom, who I shared a room with for the first term, no, I don't think I really want to live with him. And Laura, the other one. I like Laura, she's a nice girl, but the two of us are like completely different people, so we were never going to get on that well. No. So out of that, I didn't really know. Fast forward on to Sunday the 18th of January. Me, Tony and Jack were sat in the kitchen, we were watching some snooker. I think it was the Masters final, Selby against O'Sullivan. Sat watching that, and what did we do? Well, it came to an interval. Jack went to his room, Tony went to his room, I took out the recycling, as I always seem to do that term. Good times. Yeah, I always seem to do that term. So I took that out, came back, went into my room and thought, well, I'll check my emails. So, turned on the computer and I could hear Tony and Rach talking. Now they had sort of rooms opposite sides of the corridor, so the doors open, they were sat like opposite ends of the flat to each other. So they were sort of talking between them. I could hear it because I always keep my door open. And I could hear Tony telling Rach, well, Dom's living somewhere else, Laura's living somewhere else. Tony, Harriet and her boyfriend are sort of going to move in together. Jack and Rachel are going to move in together. And then Rach said, oh, well, what's Matt going to do? So Tony basically said, well, to be honest, who really cares about Matt? So at that point I thought, could be kind of stuffed here. So So I thought, no, I'm not going to think that. I'm going to go, I'm going to talk to him, I'm going to talk to them, and I'm going to get this sorted out, because I'm not going to sit and just do nothing about that. So I went in there, said, you know, hey, how you doing? Sort of pretending I didn't really hear, but yeah, and then he said, what are you going to do for a living next year? So I said, well, I don't really know. I want to live with you guys from this flat, and that's what I want to do, but, I mean, I haven't thought of anything. We need to sort of sit down and talk about it, don't we? So we said, yeah, we'll sit down and talk about it sometime. I thought, I hope we do. So the next day was someone in our flat's birthday. Had quite a nice day. We went out in the evening, which it was a decent evening. It was alright. And then the next day, Jack and Rich knocked on the door. And I thought, what do they want? So they walked in. Jack said, look, me and Rich were talking last night, and we wondered if you want to live with us next year. And I thought for half a second, because me and Rach, so if this was at the end of the first term, I'd have possibly said maybe, because me and Rach didn't get on very well the first term, but then the first week of the second term we got on a lot better, which was good. So yeah, I said, yeah, alright then. So they came in and we were chatting for a bit. But why was that the best day of my life? Well, because I found these two people to live with and it gave me the opportunity to get to know them a lot better. And they're two really, really amazing people, really awesome people. And it gave me the chance to really, really get to know them really well, which was, you know, a chance that I'm so glad I had. It also gave me the chance to know other people, Tash, Vicky, Cam, Julia, people like that, Marty. And you know, without that day, and without those two coming in and saying, do you want to live with us, I wouldn't have had that. And I would have ended up living probably with Nathan from my course and a few other people. And, you know, if you're watching, hello, hope summer's going well. And I'm sure that would have been alright, but it wouldn't have been the same. And I wouldn't have known any of these wonderful, fantastic people. So, yeah, that's why that was the best day of my life. And now I've rambled on for 7.5 minutes, talking absolute crap, telling you a load of stuff you're probably not interested in at all. So, yeah, if anyone's got to the end of this video, thank you very much. Well done, I'm surprised. And, yeah, I'll see you when I see you. I'll be here next week with another video. Don't know what I'll do next week. I'll think of something. Probably another rambling one, but I might try and do something a bit more interesting. So yeah, we'll see. See you guys next week. Thanks for watching. Love to everyone. And